Right folks, welcome back to the Don's channel. I am the Donfather and I'm now going to be reviewing the West Coast Eagles versus Sydney Swans game at the Metricon Stadium, of course, round 5 2020 in the AFL calendar. Swans got off to a good start actually, but in the first half of the first quarter, if you like, Hewitt with an early goal, nice goal on the move. Heaney with one and McLean with one, but West Coast Eagles slowly and efficiently sort of fought their way back into the quarter. Waterman chipped in with two and Allen with the other. It went in at quarter time 3-1-19 to 3-3-21 in favour of the Swans, but what a after siren goal for Waterman to get the scores more level. Actually started off as a pretty good opening quarter, to be fair, and I actually enjoyed the whole game. I was quite impressed with both teams' application in the first half, but it was kind of the West Coast Eagles show after that, so we'll get to that anyway. Second quarter then, much of the same, quite not a lot between them, as I said in the first half. Sheed with one, Darlin with one, and McLean with the other for the Swans. Quite a good game, quite clean footy being played in the first half as well. Nobody was being bullied. I think Luke Shea was a big news. I think he'd been injured. He pulled up a hamstring, I believe. So not good news on that front for the West Coast Eagles. They were a man down after that, but they didn't look it. Half time anyway, 5-4-34 to 4-5-29 in favour of the Eagles. As I said, second half, Eagles stepped up a gear, cranked it up a gear, and I've got to say, I believe they managed to do this because of the incredible clinic Nick Nat put on from the ruck. He is without doubt, when he's on his game, on his day, the best ruckman, bar none, in the competition. I know how much I say about Brodie Grundy and how great he is, but there's something about Nick Nat, the way he gets you forward when he does it. It's the way he touches the ball, as the commentators were saying, he just gently palms it or he knocks it forward. He's always aware of what's going on around him. It's like a sixth sense. He's always getting there first, and when he does get there, he does something so good with the footy. Incredible performance by him today. Anyway, mark of the year in this quarter, quite possibly from Barras. He got up shoulders onto the shoulders with the knees, and he just stopped in mid-air going backwards and took the mark in spectacular fashion. Goals in this quarter: Darlin with his second of the game, Cripps chipped in with two, and Florent with the only goal for the Swans. And it was really starting to become a more dominant performance from the West Coast Eagles. I think something just clicked into place. I don't know what it was, but they weren't hurrying their game. They were just playing lovely, deliberate kicks to each other. And in doing that, actually, they were playing with a bit of speed because they were slowing it down, because they were picking out deliberate passes. They weren't hurrying, they weren't panicking, and it was actually allowing them to get up the footy field quickly on the break, and it was a more enjoyable, clean performance in the second half from the Eagles. And this is the Eagles we all know and love. They are awash with talent in that team. So many superstars from back to front, really. Every player you mention in their own right is a superstar on their day. So three-quarter time anyway, 8-9-57 to 5-6-36 in favour of the Eagles, really stamping their authority on this game. Fourth quarter then, bang, West Coast Eagles. Do you know what? They've done the job. They got the job done. I thought it was a professional performance from the Eagles. They've got a couple of games to come now. You fancy them to win. They've got the Crows, I think it's at the Metricon next week for their last game in the Queensland Hub, and then they go back to Western Australia at the Optus in the Derby against the Fremantle Dockers, who haven't been in the best form themselves either. So a chance to win 3 games in a row now for the Eagles. A good chance to do that after, of course, losing 3 games in a row, which was absolutely out of character for this team. Great team. And do you know what? With 3 wins, where could they find themselves? They could actually find themselves quite high up the ladder, and with a lot more home games to be played. They could certainly be proving my predictions right. I thought they were going to be I thought before a footy was kicked this year that they were going to go all the way to the grand final, just with the inclusions of players like Tim Kelly, etc., who in my opinion hasn't been great this year so far for the Eagles, but he didn't have an all-round bad game today. Anyway, 4th quarter, Allen getting hit 2 goals in this quarter, he scored 3 today. Really impressive performance from the young man, really confident in front of goal, scoring different types of goals as well, which was good to see. Shows you his different varied abilities in front of goal, whether it's a snapshot or a set shot, whatever. He's shown that he's got more than just one bit of skill in front of goal. Impressive performance from the young man today. And Ryan with the other. Cripps almost got one as well, but it just kind of touched off the post, but they had to go to the review and it took some while to actually prove that it touched the post. So unfortunate for Cripps. He would have actually had 3 if that one had been counted as a goal. So he had a pretty impressive goal return today as well. Not only that, he did actually play well today, regardless of the goals. So Allen with 2 and Ryan with 1 in that quarter, and Papley went absolute bomb. He unloaded one from about 60 metres out for the small man. As they said, didn't realise short players could kick it as far, but it was an incredible goal. A little bit like Waterman's at the end of the first quarter after the siren. He rifled one. It was an absolute perler in the first quarter. So 2 huge bombs in this game to enjoy in the highlights if you watch it back. And of course, potential contender for Mark of the Year in the way of Barras. Incredible mark there. So anyway, running through the players quickly. I should say the final score. It was 11-11, 77 to 6-7, 43 to the West Coast Eagles, who absolutely deserved the victory, based more so on their second half performance, but fighting their way back in the first quarter. Actually, I think give them that boost of confidence after the Swans making a pretty convincing start to the game. So great win anyway. Second win of the competition for the Eagles. That's 2 out of 5 now. Not a great return for their standards, but the 2 next games could prove absolutely vital in getting them right back up where they're used to being, in the top 8, and probably up in the top half of the top 8 to say the least. So my key performers, as I was about to say, Nick Natanui, absolutely incredible. Best ruckman in the competition based on that performance. He's just showing you what he can do. I've always liked him from the small amounts that I've been able to watch him, obviously through injury. He's not had a great run with injuries, has he? But when he is on, boy, he is on. He is an incredible ruckman to watch. Elliot Yeo, wow, I think he got 21 disposals today. He was incredible, possibly best on ground. Oscar Allen has to be mentioned, the young man getting the 3 goals, and Dom Sheed, who got 24 disposals. But I'm going to give this my best on ground to Nick Nat, just because, do you know what? When he is on, he is on. It is so good to watch. It's not the fact that he's winning the aerial duels. It's the fact of when he does win them, he always finds a player around him. It's always going to the right person as well, in space, to drive the team forward. He is so effective at getting his footy team on the front foot from the ruck. So my best on the ground has to go to Nick Natanui. Congratulations, mate. And obviously followed up by a close second in Elliot Yeo, who was absolutely incredible today as well. Will mention, I actually did like Waterman's performance as well. Maybe it's the mullet. He stands out a little bit with that mullet, but he's quite an aggressive little player, and he's kicked a couple of goals today as well. So enjoyed watching him too. He never got mentioned. Thanks very much, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There's going to be more footy reviews to come. Obviously, we do reactions. I do loads of different stuff. I've got my Facebook AFL page as well. The Donfather's AFL group. Check that out and join that. That would be fantastic. And stay tuned. As I said, there probably will be more reviews this weekend. And what I will say is, 3 games so far, 3 predictions correct from the Donfather. So I'm absolutely delighted with that. I broke into the top 10 last week in my own AFL tipping group competition. So chuffed to bits finally getting into the top 10. And with these 3 results so far, with a lot more footy to play, I'm quite confident I could get myself a little bit higher up that ladder. It's all a bit of fun at the end of the day. But really enjoyed the first game so far. Pure and clean footy, quick footy being played. I think they're not wasting time after tackles. They're trying to play on very, very quickly. I think after all that media talk about players sort of lying on the ball, trying to slow the play down, and umps haven't actually been making the decisions. The players are just trying to get rid of it a lot quicker now, and you're seeing it. It has added to a little bit more, made it a little bit better a spectacle, I must admit. But at the same time, I wasn't focusing on these little negatives because the games that I have watched actually have been enjoyable in 2020, and I don't want to shit on it at all. It's been a great competition so far. Yes, it's probably not been better than other years, but so far I've really enjoyed some of the footy that's been on display. So stay tuned for more of that, and thanks very much for your continued support. I'll see you all soon. Goodbye.